Leighton Clark, Uncle Tex, welcome to the podcast.
Yeah, fist bump. Cunt.
Here we go.
Fucking
Here we go. By the way, I'm rebranding. You are the first guest on the brand new podcast, the Dom Harvey podcast.
The first one.
Yeah.
The first EP.
It's not...
Let's go.
No longer runners only with Dom Harvey. It's now the Dom Harvey podcast, and you're the very first guest on.
Oh, fuck yeah, I feel special, bro. I mean, I already am special, but yeah, handicapped special. Ha ha ha, you can laugh.
No, why would I laugh at that?
Because it's funny.
Okay. That's an awkward laugh.
You bastard. But yeah, it's good to be here.
Okay, you've sworn a couple of times already, and that's
Oh, fucking no.
Is that a tick, or are you just quite swearing? Yeah.
I'm just a bit of everything, bro.
Yeah.
I kind of embrace it as it comes. But yeah, I'm an all-round, like, I'll swear and do everything I want to do anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I was growing up, bro, I used to get told off all the time for swearing and that. Fuck your dog and your runner. Now, what was that sign you put the other day? Fuck your dog and your mother.
Fuck you and your dog.
Fuck you and your dog. Crack me up. But yeah, most of the time, bro, if I'm not fucking swearing or ticking, I'm just having a bit of fun with myself and embracing myself.
Mm.
Yeah.
So these because we were standing around for like 10 minutes before we started recording the podcast, and I noticed you slapped yourself on the back a couple of times.
That's a tick.
There was like an elbow sort of jolt.
I'll elbow you.
and that noise that you made just a second ago. So, by the way, I may ask a lot of questions that seem ignorant because I know I know nothing about Tourette's, and I'm guessing. Okay, that's cool. So what's going on in your brain just before those things happen? Are you like, I need to get this sound out? I need to do this?
I don't know, bro. It just kind of happens. I don't know what's going to come. Like that sound, I don't know that was going to come out. It just kind of happens, bro, and I kind of flow with it and let it go. That's it. Yeah, and all the movements, I might get you a couple of times, but I'll never try physically hurt you. Yeah. I might headbutt. That's what I say to kids. Hey, fuck. I always say this to kids on the street. Hey, fucking hell, I'm not going to bite you. I might headbutt you, though. And they always laugh. It breaks the ice.
Yeah.
That's what I always say to kids. That's funny as.
But, I mean, what you have done in the last few years for Tourette's and for people with Tourette's, it's phenomenal, bro.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate it.
It is really, really cool. It's like I don't know, I suppose open the doors of appreciation and understanding for a lot of people. Which must make it. By the way, I want to get through everything. Like
I'm yours, bro. I'm anyone's with a tequila, but I'm yours right now.
Okay, all right. Well, let's go right back to the beginning. What are your recollections of like the first 4 years of your life? So it was like I believe you were like 4 years old when you started doing some like blinking.
Yep, blinking and verbal tics. It's pretty hard out, bro. I was a happy kid, bro. Up until the age of 9, I wanted to kill myself, and it was pretty bad. But growing up, bro, I was a happy kid, man. Just knew I was a little bit different from Joe Bloggs down the road. But happy as, bro. Yeah, love life. Loved eating food. Loved running around, footballs and fucking soccer balls. Yeah, bro. Yeah, loved it, man.
But do you remember like being like preschool age? 'Cause I remember fuck all from... So you don't remember... Or has your mum said to you like, oh, we took you to a specialist because this or...
Oh, Henry, yeah. Big one. No, I don't remember much of my younger age, Like when I was 4, I just remember house parties at home, and mum and dad would have a party sometimes on a Friday, and their mates would come over. That's when I was really young. But no, I don't. I remember certain music. My mum used to listen to LL Cool J and all that.
Oh, really?
A bit of Gangsta's Paradise and all that sort of jazz.
Coolio.
Yeah, Coolio as well, yep. But yeah, bro, those were my days growing up. I didn't really have too many recollections.
Okay, so you were diagnosed with Tourette's, ADHD...
And OCD, yeah.
OCD at what age?
Well, my doctors, the notes are quite broad on my things. It was between the ages of 6 and 9, and but they already knew I had a disability. They just wanted to dummy on me, really. For example, they would like test certain medications on me, like new Ritalins and that, between those ages, and see how it would help me and how it wouldn't, or pros and cons. But yeah, that's when I got diagnosed, between those ages. Yeah.
And then. So when did the the swearing start? That aspect of Tourette's, or saying inappropriate things?
Like 11 or 12.
Right.
Yeah. Coprolalia just happened to happen. Yeah. That's the name of the Tourette's, coprolalia.
Right.
There's different types of Tourette's, just like there's different types of autism, spectrum-wise. So yeah, I'd say I'm on the worse side of mine. Fuck yeah.
So, fuck yeah, then, was that a tick or was that?
Yeah, that was a tick, yeah.
Right.
Funny, eh? It kind of worked with that.
Yeah, no, it did. No, it did.
Some funny things
It's like a crossover.
Yeah, fuck yeah, bro.
Okay, so you go to preschool, you start primary school. Like, what are those years like? I mean, I suppose I'm projecting here, but from when I was that age, all I wanted to do was fit in. Like, mum used to make me clothes, and I'd get teased for the clothes I was wearing, and all I wanted to do was fit in.
So you're a certain one. Okay, right.
So I can't imagine. I mean, you're wearing homemade clothes from your mum is a bit different to having, something like Tourette's. But I'm guessing you're probably exactly the same in that you just want to fucking fit in.
I understand you now. I understand what you're trying to say. Yeah. No, I never fit in, bro. I never fit into anything. Yeah. Oh, that's harsh. At school, bro, I struggled. Yeah, school was the worst thing in my life. I got suspended from. Okay, so I haven't even said this on my own podcast or my own stuff on Tics. But I remember this one day at school, and it was about a month or two before we went away for camp, and I was 10 years old. I was in room 2 at Otorohanga South School, and I was really young, and this girl was bullying me, bro. I remember her. She's still a friend on my friends list to this day. I don't talk to her anymore. She's a bit of a bitch. But she was bullying me for my Tourette's and would get in my face. And I'd be moving around and kicking and doing my thing. And she came too close one day and I fucking fair kicked her. Funny. It was a tick. Right? I ticked her and I kicked her. Yeah, bro. Like, bop! Papped her, bro. I fucking smacked her up. Couldn't help that. And I apologised. And then she went and told my teacher at the time, not going to name her. And then she's like, go and see the principal right now. And then I walked up there by her, dragged up to the principal's office, sat outside, and then she comes in and goes, this boy's not allowed to come away with us on camp. He keeps doing this, and this. He's a liability. And I was like, whoa, I couldn't help that if you'd let me explain, but I didn't get any word in. And so I was banned for going on year 7 camp. So I was
year 7. So how old were you?
I must have been 12.
12, yeah, okay, sorry. Like intermediate.
Yeah, intermediate school.
Yeah.
I was trying to think. But it all makes sense, okay? So I was banned from going, and they wouldn't let me go. And I feel like that fucked me up for a fucking long time because I couldn't fucking help it. And if she wasn't bullying me, I probably wouldn't have ticked and kicked her. Like, I fair kicked her, bro. But she was a fucking bitch. She deserved that at the end of the day. It was just ridiculous. But, man, I'll never forget that, bro, when I was young. And they pretty much outed me because of my disability and because they were mocking me. So, yeah, that broke my heart when I was real young. But then after that, bro, I got a thick-ass skin.
But did you, at that age, did you sort of have an understanding of what was going on?
No idea. Because back in the 90s and the early 2000s, there was no understanding towards Tourette's at all. And there's more of an understanding now because of people like myself and others abroad, like-minded people. But, nothing. No fucking idea what I was doing at that time. I was just moving around and freaking myself out. I'd have headaches each day because I'd be ticking like this 24/7. And I couldn't understand why it was like that. But it just happened to be like that, yeah.
Oh, that's a lot to take in. So you go home from school those days. You're frustrated. You're crying to your mum about what's going on. How are you feeling?
Frustrated as. Yeah. But we didn't know what to do. And then I got my specialist appointments and so on and so forth. The rest is kind of history now.
But was the school quite good at coping with you or managing you or saying to people, hey, he's got Tourette's?
2 teachers.
Okay. 2 teachers out of the whole.
Oh, maybe a few when I was really young.
Yeah.
But Mrs. Rawlings, who I think sadly passed away not that long ago, and Mrs. Dampney, 2 people I still look up to this day. I always see Gillian around. Dampney, I think that's her name. Sorry if I've forgotten Miss Dampney, but yeah, she's the bomb now. She's cool as. Oh, I saw her at the Christmas parade last year in Otorohanga, and I gave her a big hug, and she said she was so proud of me. I'm like, I'm cool now, eh? But yeah, she's an amazing lady, and she always understood me. She knows my mum really well, and they see each other in the supermarket and fucking gays, shit like that. Sorry, that was a bad one. But yeah, yeah, that's just, it's just, yeah, I really liked those women, and they did a lot for me growing up. Kind of helped me become the man I am today. It might sound a really weird thing going way back, but those women that trusted me and helped me, oh man, I got a lot of respect for them now.
No, and it doesn't sound weird at all. I think like teachers, whether they're whatever end of the spectrum they're on, whether they're super, super good and compassionate or super bad, they leave an impression on you for life.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, she was always one that helped me get myself back up and out the door, go again, do it again. Fuck, it's one up this time and do it way better, bro. I was the man.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. And was the bullying sort of rife through school, or did you find like with your immediate sort of classmates or home class, or whatever, it was quite good because they were understanding, and it was just the wider school that sort of didn't understand it, or do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. I think it's just a wider general. People didn't understand it, bro. Yeah. Some of the school kids understood, but most of the time I got bullied. But like I said, bro, I got a thick-ass skin, cuz, almost instantly.
Yeah,
you have to. I was having fights with people, bro, but mocking me. Like, fucking, chucking shit at me. And I just, what did you do? What'd you do that for? Oh, because you're this. And I just run up and kick them, or not run up and kick them, sorry. I'd you're dumb, or something like that, you know. Fight myself back. I did have a kicking tick, so that was pretty rife when I was younger. But I wouldn't ever hit anyone. I'd just fight with my own words.
Yeah.
Not until high school when someone like punched me and I actually hit them back. But it only ever happened once. Yeah.
God, it's a stressful way to live your life, though, eh? Like,
wake up every morning not knowing what's going to happen and who's going to take the shit out of you, and then I guess just being strong and going home and enjoying your dinner was a pretty tough thing for me.
Yeah. Was there ever a consideration, and not that this would be the right thing to do, but to like homeschool, to be like, oh, it'd be easier just to.
My mum couldn't afford to do that. We couldn't afford to do that shit, bro. It's too fucking expensive. We didn't fucking have any money back then, bro. My old man helped us through a lot, and but apart from that, no. I wish I could have done homeschooling, but I don't think that was a.
I don't think necessarily be the right way to go, because it's like
you need to be integrated.
You're sort of isolating yourself from socialising, and
you need to be integrated, bro. You need to be put into the hard yards and go the three bases before you can come out. You know what I mean? I think that's
It's a lot of adversity to go through at a young age, though, isn't it? It's a lot to deal with.
Yeah, bro. When I was 9 years old, coming forward a little bit. When I was 9, I remember I was at Wainaro Hot Springs. You ever been there?
Where
Next to Ngarawahia, the Wainaro Hot Springs.
Oh, no, I do love a hot springs, though, but I haven't been to that one.
Oh, well, it was way mean. It was mean as back in the day. I remember I was there, and I was about to put a band on my arm for the hydro slide. This is way back in the day, and this Indian fella there goes to me, oh, you're a skinny little fella, eh? Far out, my brother. You could eat some cheeseburgers, my mum goes. Oh, he takes some pretty heavy medications for his disability. And I remember turning to my mum on that day and that fella and going, fuck, I just want to kill myself. Yeah, standing in line with all these other kids that are excited as, and I just wanted to go home and kill myself. Yeah.
At what age?
9. I told my mum, I wanted to fucking kill myself. It's exactly the words I used. Mum, I don't want to be here. I'm so over this shit. That broke her. And then we went and got some serious help. Yeah, bro. Hey, but looking forward, I'm a fucking cool person now, and I'm a good man. And I know that for myself, and we've come a long way.
You are a good man, and you've turned...
a negative into a positive.
Well, yeah.
Boom, baby.
I was going to say that, but I was reluctant to say that because it's not necessarily...
Oh, no, it's a negative, bro.
Okay.
Be real, come on.
Okay, but fuck,
screaming at black people down the road, that's fucking horrible, bro. I can't help that. Let's be real. And then, coming home and having to deal with the repercussions of what I've just done today. Yeah, but owning it, bro, owning it and admitting it was a negative, now it's a positive in my life, it's pretty fucking cool.
But how at the age of 9 do you even know about suicide? Like, I felt...
Good question. I don't know.
Because I've had some mental health stuff over the last 5 years or so, and I went to see a therapist, and the therapist said to me, have you ever thought about taking your own life? And I had, but it was the first time I'd actually said it out loud to anyone, to her that day, and I felt guilt and shame about admitting it to her, but I was like, I have. And she just sort of shrugged her shoulders, which made me feel really good. She goes, well, it's an option that's open to all of us at any time. She goes, you could just go out the door there and jump off that balcony and it'd be done with.
Crack your head, yep.
But at the age of 9, I wouldn't even, regardless of what pain I was in, I wouldn't even have thought of that as an option.
Yeah, no, I don't know how I thought of that, bro, but that's what I wanted to do, and I told my mum that. And yeah.
Fuck, from the perspective of, I don't have my own kids, but from the perspective of where I am now, I can't imagine how heartbreaking that would be.
Oh yeah, she started crying. We left. Yeah. Oh, it's made me sad. But be honest with it. It's sad, but that's when we're like, okay, rock bottom. How do we help them? How do we help them grow? How do we get them this sort of help? And that's what happened. My mum did that. My mum's a very strong and beautiful woman, and she did that. She did all that. Gave her a shout out on my Instagram story yesterday for helping me become also the man I am today, along with my old man. So yeah, bro. And I remember that day we left straight away, And then we went to my nan and granddad's, and then we started ringing around how we could help, because there was no support, bro, back in that day. No support for Tourette's, no nothing. Actually, I'm going to be a bit shady, but there's still no support for kids with Tourette's now.
Oh, I'd agree. Yeah, so the government funding, it's probably like a minimal amount. And I suppose Tourette's groups or foundations or societies or whatever probably have to work with minimal resources.
Well, to be honest with you, bro, the Tourette's Association of New Zealand, in my opinion, aren't very supportive of people like me. Bit of a backstory, and I say this quite openly and quite honestly, and I don't give a fuck if they don't like it. A few years ago, when I started posting my videos and having fun and being able to showcase who I am as a person, they came with an email to my management saying, because originally what I wanted to do was be an advocate. That's my worst take at the moment, and saying the N-word. Ignore that.
Hang on, I'll just pause you right there, because some people will be watching this on YouTube, but some will be listening. You just put your fingers like right into the back of your throat.
Yep, to try and make myself spew. That's just a tick.
Is that a new tick?
Yeah, it's I've always had that. I just don't showcase it very much.
Right.
Because it's hard for me. It's also embarrassing. But yeah, that's a bad one. But to go back to my story, I'm going to try and make this as brief as I can, because I know you got heaps of fucking questions. They emailed my management and said, bro, like fucking no shit, what Leighton is doing. I wanted to advocate and go around the country and talk about Tourette's in my, like to schools and do all that sort of shit, right, Dom? I want to spread it. I want to spread awareness on it. And I thought this was a really cool idea. Someone like me going to a school, yelling shit, cunt, fuck, penis, fucking in front of kids, and fucking normalising, like, hey, this is what Tourette's is, this okay, don't be blah, 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 blah. And then they said, yeah, we'd really like to do that, but we don't agree with what Leighton's doing. We think it's bad for schools, and the people are in the schoolyard mocking and taking the piss out of his tics. I'm like, well, hold on, let's digress a bit. Isn't that a win for us? Because kids are now talking about Tourette's. What the fuck have you done in your 8 years that you've been around? Nothing. In my point exactly. I got 25 million views last month. What did you do? Nothing. Right. So you're getting paid from the government to do all this fucking shit, and it's still not getting out there. Nothing. Exactly. So there's a bit of a... Some of the people from the association are really cool. They like me, and I've got time for them. They might, if there's anything happening, like if I do a television appearance and I'm trying to promote something Tourette's, they'll usually go to the association and ask for someone to speak. But I haven't spoken to them in like 4.5, 5 years now. Yeah. I've got no time for people that just are money hungry. There's also other stories that we could delve into that I've had from whānaus across the motu, across the country, that they've had things and dealings with the association. Real bad ones, but I'm not here to throw that sort of shade. I'm just here to tell my story. So,
and
actually, I'll tell you off camera. It's going to fucking blow your mind, actually. But I don't want to. I'm not going to sit here because this will probably make TV and they'll get mad with me. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, I'm surprised you even care. Like, I feel like you've done.
I don't.
You've done more for Tourette's in the last few years than what anyone else has.
I don't give a fuck. That's why whenever I'm talking, I always praise certain associations like Australia and the UK. The Tourette's Association of Australia are amazing. And what the UK and American ones are doing are fucking phenomenal. Like, Australia is the leading edge for Tourette's, trying to find a cure or something to do with it. Like, drilling into your brain, shocking certain parts of it to see. Yeah, crazy stuff, right? Costs a lot of money, though. It's like 85 grand to do that. And I don't have that sort of money. But in England, they've developed, people in America, sorry, you can cut that bit out. People in England have developed a certain thing, a watch. Lewis Capaldi wore
bro.
it.
Yeah, I was gonna bring this up. I saw your interview for your podcast with Lewis Capaldi, and he talked about this wristwatch thing.
Yeah, bro. And
so
they all did that.
Gives you like a little shock. He described it like a tattoo needle.
Yeah, it's like if it hears sound like it'll just go boop, and it'll just gives you a little.
How does that work? Because the tic's already out.
Well,
and then you.
Or it might just, I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
I didn't get time. It might just shock you every now and then. It takes your mind off the tick.
Okay.
It takes your brain, which you don't know is doing it, off it and back onto another certain thing.
Right.
Yeah. Pretty cool, right? Because it's not going to hurt you or that, but it's going to be like, oh, fuck, it's there. Hello. How's your mother? You know?
Okay, so when do the tics flare up? Is it like when you're nervous or anxious or stressed or tired?
Could be anything. Yeah. Could be when I'm tired. Could be when I'm halfway through having sex with my missus. I don't fucking know. Anything can happen. Could be when I'm just chilling watching an episode on Netflix. Anything. It's anytime, anywhere, any place. It doesn't really have a certain thing that goes by. Tourette's is Tourette's, and if I'm going to yell the N-word, it's going to happen kind of shit. So
it's what's the longest you'd go without having a tic?
I wouldn't know.
Like an hour, 2 hours?
8 hours when I'm sleeping.
Right. Really?
Yeah, I don't. Well, my missus say she says that I tick through my sleep, but I don't think I do. Yeah, nah. I don't. She says, no, you do. I'm like, fuck off. No, I don't. I know I fucking do not.
I'm sure some of these questions are really dumb, but they come from a place of curiosity. Because I used to work with a guy that was had a really bad stutter.
Retard. Sorry, ignore me. That was a bad one. I know.
No, but the intriguing thing was when he was drinking, I suppose it loosened him up and the stutter went away.
True
but also when he was with his wife, he didn't stutter either.
Wow.
So it was like a nervous thing. So I sort of, I guess, wondered with Tourette's if like when it's just you and live at home together.
Nah, G, I'm still telling her to sit on my face 200 fucking times a day, mate. And she loves that. It's funny.
Yeah, we'll get into that because she, I read a few interviews that you've done with her yesterday, and she seems remarkable.
She's amazing, Sheila, bro. You'd love her, man. Yeah. You'd love her presence. She's just, she's always smiling. She's a real shy girl when you get to know her first. But apart from that, oh look, she's FaceTiming me right now. Should we answer it?
Yeah, you can get that.
Just for shits and gigs. She just called me and I missed it. Oh, you're on a walker?
Yeah.
This is Dom Harvey.
How are you? Sit on my face.
Yeah, fuck you say it. No, well, fuck, I just wanted to see if you're good.
Oh, yeah, no, fine. I was just looking at, see where you were, and I thought you were on your way home, and that's all good.
All right, I'll love you and leave you. I'll message you when I leave.
All right, bye.
Okay, bye.
Have you guys got the location thing on your phone? So
Yeah. Not that she needs to know where I am. She could probably name my day every single day of what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Off the top of her head. Like, I'm a pretty easygoing dude. I'm here nor there. You know what I mean? I'm doing my thing, but yeah.
Yeah. So I'm jumping. I wanted to go in sort of sequence, but I'm jumping over the place here. But
hey, right, bro. That's what I do every single day. That's ADHD, baby.
I do think, yeah, because I'm way older than you. I'm 50. I reckon.
Oh, shit. Sorry.
I reckon.
I mean.
Was that a attack or was that just disrespectful?
Oh, shit, brother. Holy fuck.
But I reckon I've got ADHD or I'm definitely on the spectrum somewhere, but it was just never diagnosed in my age. And to be honest, I don't know if a diagnosis would make any difference anyway. But, yeah, I wanted to ask about Liv. So you proposed to her in Fiji. We'll get to this, but in the lead up to the proposal, you kept like with the Tourette's, like dropping hints.
Yeah, I
like you're blowing your own surprise.
Pretty much, yeah, which I didn't want to do, but fuck, it pissed me off because there was one stage, the day before we went there, we were at the Hilton in Fiji, out on the front there at a bar. Cheap ass piss too, bro. If you ever fucking go there, good too, good deals. It's like fucking $5 for a cocktail. Anyway, we're out on the bar. It wasn't even happy hour, cunt. We're out on the bar. We're fucking chilling there. Anyway, we're all sitting there and everyone's just kind of chatting away. I'm like, fuck. Next you'll be wanting a ring, eh, bitch? Jokingly, because we always take the piss. And she always finds it funny. Hey, you'll be wanting a fucking ring next, eh, girl? And she goes, and all my mates, bro, like, I'm like, lighten up, you fucking... Well, lighten up, bro. Come on. Like, I don't have enough money for that shit. Jesus, I just paid for all our flights here. Jokingly. Yeah, so that was like...
Yeah.
But that was the tick.
Right.
Next to me wanting a fucking ring, eh, bitch? That was the tick.
So then after you say that, are you like in your own internal voice like, fuck, you're blowing it. You're putting your foot in it.
I played it off.
Right.
I guess being a bit of a comedian myself and playing shit off. And she always says to me, you're really hard to read. I'm like, well, I'm going to keep you guessing. So I kind of just played it off and she was none the wiser. And it came to the day and it happened.
But if it's... Not that you ever would, but if you ever cheated on her, like, is there a chance that you could out yourself with the Tourette's?
Yes, but I would never do that.
No, I know.
I couldn't cheat. Number one, just figuratively, or hypothetically, I couldn't do it. Number one, because I love her, she's the bomb diggity, and number two, I would yell it. I've cheated on you. That's actually one of my tics when we're out in public. Like, it's something that I'm petrified of, so I would never do that. If I ever put myself in a situation that I'm like, oh, I shouldn't be in this. Oh, I'm going to step back from this. I'll just say, oh, nah, not for me, bro. I'll step away.
Yeah.
Happens every weekend in town. People always approach you and you always get hit on in those sorts of ways. But I'm like, oh, nice to meet you. High five or a fist bump. I don't usually hug people I don't know. I'll usually fist bump them. So I like to keep myself away from that sort of stuff. And it keeps me sane, keeps me thinking non-intrusive thoughts. I don't want to think that sort of stuff. So yeah, that's a really cool question, bro. No shit. I know it was a bit of a out the gate one, but yeah, I keep back to myself. And if I know I'm going to be in a situation and there might be 25 hot women around, no, I'm not going there now. I'm gonna go the other way and go have a beer at Waikato down at the bar with the bro. Yeah. Try and avoid situations.
Oh, that's cool.
I don't want to put myself in a situation where I'm going to get myself in hot water, and I know I'm not going to do anything, but I just don't want other people to.
Because I've cheated on girlfriends in the past, and
how did that make you feel after you'd done it?
Well, shit. You feel terrible afterwards. You're just consumed with guilt and shame.
At least you're honest about it.
But I look at it now, and I think it came from a place of needing validation. By being wanted by people, and then afterwards you just feel empty. But now it's like I'm exactly the same as you. I'll never put myself in a situation where my conduct could be called into question.
Yeah, just fucking man up. If you want to go and chase that tail, you can't have your cake and eat it too. Just go and look. Hey, look, I can't do this. I've got to be honest with you. This is this. If they don't like it, that's their problem. You're doing what you feel's right, and move on and chase what you feel's right. But I can tell you right now, leaving what you probably had was probably a stupid thing to do. Retard. Sorry, that was a bad tick. You'd probably find yourself, you just go, fuck, why did I fuck myself up that much?
Yeah.
And I've got
you let yourself down, and you're letting another person down as well. It's just not a cool thing to do.
Yeah.
It does have to be hard for you to have that discipline, because it's like you. So how old were you when you became famous?
4 years ago.
4 years. Yeah.
I blew up really fast. I like to call myself an overnight celebrity.
Yeah.
And people are like, you call yourself a celebrity? Come walk on the street. Come walk on the main street of Auckland, Queen Street with me for 10 minutes. It's just non-stop. Boom, 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 boom. Photo after photo. People after people coming up saying hello, wanting to shake your hand, wanting to fist bump you. It's just never ending. Oh, and it stresses me out.
I saw an interview that Israel Adesanya did a couple of weeks ago,
and he's fucking huge.
No, but he talked about how he used to be a people pleaser, and now he's not. So now he's like, I'll put off a bad vibe if I'm out for dinner. I'll put on a don't fuck with me face.
Yep. I'll fucking. I mean, we follow each other on Instagram. He's the bomb. We don't talk that much, but in passing we'll say hello to each other and we know each other. But I do the exact same thing. If I'm out in public and I'm with my missus, I'll be like, oh, I'll put my hoodie on, bro, and I won't make eye contact. If you want to come and say hello, do it. Good on you for fucking manning up and saying, you know what, fuck it, I'm just gonna go ask him for a photo. Oh, I'm gonna bust my balls here and I'm gonna go for it. And I respect people for doing that, because I don't always put off a happy vibe. Like if I'm out and I'm about and I can hear people going, oh, it's Uncle Tex, bro. I won't acknowledge it. I'll wait for them to come up and say hello, because otherwise, if I have to acknowledge it, I'm going to stand around for hours of my day. Oh, chair. Unless it's like really young kids, like fucking really 5-year-olds. Oh, Uncle Tex. But hey, bro, stay in school. I'll kick your ass. Funny. Stay in school, boy. Stay in school. But I tend to let them do the move.
Yeah.
So if they make the move, fucking mean. I'm proud of you. Good on you. Come, say kia ora. I'll talk to you.
Yeah, but it's never just one, is it? Like that, they might be like, 15. It's just one, but then another person goes, oh, okay, the floodgates are open.
Yeah, and then once the first photo's taken, you'll have most people come running in then.
Yeah.
It's pretty much like that. And it's not an over-exaggeration. You can ask my missus, any of our friends. Jimmy Jackson's much the same. Jimmy gets bombarded every day. We go out for a pie, and we're taking 50 photos.
Oh, but you and Jimmy Jackson together at the same time. He's two of New Zealand's biggest social media superstars.
He's a funny fucking dude, bro.
Yeah, he is.
But yeah, I do. You do have to humble yourself in the moment. Yeah. Like, I'm very grateful for where I am. And hey, fuck, Kiwi celebs, baby. What else could it be? Yeah. I mean, I don't know what else you'd call it.
All right. Okay, so we'll go back. So you're at secondary school. Apart from the episode when you were 9, where you felt suicidal, has your mental health, like through those teenage years and the puberty years, was it?
Yeah, bro. Honestly, man, I used to get out as much as I could and go hard with everything I could. And yes, that's the inappropriate things as well. Used to go home every weekend and enjoy my time with my mates and have beers and drink as much as I could, doing teenage things, as they do. Not always the right things, but yeah, bro. I went out there and I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah. And then, so you leave school. Is that when you started work at Countdown?
Yeah, bro. I was working at Countdown since the age of 14.
Oh, okay.
I left 10 years later after that. I got my 10-year badge.
Yeah, I saw that on the TV show Living with Tourettes.
Did you watch that?
Yeah, I watched that yesterday.
Holy shit, you've done a lot of research on me.
Yeah, so you're in like the butchery department and...
I was there for 10 years, babe.
Okay, so you got the job when you were 14. What was your
14,
job?
15.
14, like was out the back, like away from customers or...
No, I was on checkout.
Yeah.
With Tourette's.
Can we just give Countdown some props for that?
I always do. I always give Countdown and Woolworths and Progressive props for having me. And I always do. Everywhere I go, bro, I love those guys. I love what they did for me. Some of my bosses were questionable and I couldn't stand them. But most of them, bro, 75% of the people I worked with were fucking amazing. Were actually amazing people, amazing company, bro. They did a lot for me. They supported me. And I praise them for doing that. So shout out Countdown.
Because, I mean, it'd be easy to... It'd be easy for them to like think, oh, here's this 14-year-old kid with Tourette's. Let's give him a token job out the back, away from the customers.
That was before all that shit was like accepted, like, now inclusivity.
Yeah,
you know how all those fucking companies are fucking doing. Bro, fucking back in the day, they're like, no, give him a job, sweet. Would love to have him on checkouts. And I just masked my tics. I could be like, oh, how's your day been? You know what I mean? Oh, fuck, Katane. Fuck you. Oh, shit. I never really swore I'd bite my tongue. Yeah. I managed a way to control that sort of shit, but I'd end up bleeding tongues and that. But I don't mind doing that once a day. It's fine.
Right. But did they, you didn't have a badge, like saying I have Tourette's? Or, no.
Nah, fuck that. I don't want to be fucking people asking questions about that.
Yeah.
I'm just there to make money, and talk to people. And I can tell my mother. I can stand there, bro, and talk. I can out-talk anyone. Back in that day, bro, I was going hard, and I loved it. I loved being able to talk to people for 7 hours, and that's all you do. And then you'd get to relationships with people, and getting to know them, and friendships, and then you see them on the street, like, oh, man. I often do see people on the street, and they're like, oh, Leighton. This was before Uncle Tex. Man, we miss you at Countdown, bro. We used to love coming to you just for the yarns, and I'd have that 100 times a week. When I left, I felt real sad, but hey, Countdown's not forever. Yeah. Supermarkets aren't forever. If you're at a supermarket now and you feel like you have some sort of drive, go fucking do it. Trust me. Not saying supermarkets bad. I'm just saying any like fast job like that, please follow your dreams. Please. I did.
Although, you know, like somewhere like Countdown, if you stayed there, you could have worked your way through the ranks. You would have ended up being a store manager.
Yes, I could have probably done that. But nah.
Bigger aspirations.
I have little aspirations, I feel. No offense to those whānau that are doing it. Fuck, go hard.
No. A lot of people, it's their choice.
I just felt like I wanted to get out of my comfort zone. And being too comfortable, I felt like I was way too comfortable. Like, every week I get out of my comfort zone. This is me getting out of my comfort zone now. Even though I do podcasting for a living.
So how is this getting out of your comfort zone?
Oh, I know you personally, but this is people asking me questions. I can't control the flow of things happening when that's what I do every Monday with my podcast going live on Wednesday. So I'm just like, whenever I do that with you, I feel like this is hard for me, but I love it because it's put me in an awkward predicament, and I like that. So put me in an awkward predicament, bro. I love that sort of shit, bro.
Well, I don't want it to be awkward though.
It's not, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. I'm enjoying peeling back some of the layers because it's like we see you for 45 seconds, 60 seconds on TikTok.
Everyone loves an onion. Yep.
Yeah. And there is a lot to you. So did the Tourette's ever get you in trouble at Countdown? Like, did anyone ever complain to upper management about...
Twice.
Yeah? Only twice?
Yeah, bro. Only twice, brother. The first time was at Countdown Bridge Street. Well, that I know of. Fuck. People could have probably got mad with me and this guy's a fucking cunt. No, I'm not. I'm the man. Like, people could have got ho-ha upset with me, but nah. Most of the time, bro, it was only the once or twice. Yeah, once was I accidentally called a person of colour. Actually, no, I won't say that. That sounds racist. I accidentally called a black lady N-word, and I said I had Tourette's 3 times. I was like, oh, so sorry about that. Black lady, haha, N-word, fucking naggers. You have to block that one. Sorry, that was a bad one. That's what I said to her. And she got really upset about that. Fair enough. Fair enough. You're allowed to get upset. 100%. Total cool. I agree with that. But after I've explained 3 times what Tourette's is, I think you need to shush and accept the fact that he couldn't help that, not be a dick about it. So, yeah, she went and complained. And then my boss said the same thing. Look, like, honestly, he's got Tourette's. Did he tell you that? Yeah, she's like, yeah, he did. And I remember 3 times, and she got so upset. They sent me home, though, because she made a massive deal out of it. Fair enough, you're allowed to be upset, but after I've explained it, you need to get the fuck over that. In the most politest way.
Bro, this is making me upset hearing
Don't be upset. Smile and laugh, because it's funny. Because, like, every single day, bro, you got people that just don't understand. And then you give them the time of day to want to understand and they don't care. But that's your ignorance, not mine, and I don't care. Because I went home, I still got paid. I still got paid out. I actually got told I didn't have to come the next day. Are you feeling a bit stressed on that? I'm like, yeah, I'd love a day off, actually. Is that all right? And they're like, yeah, bro, you can have a day off if you want. Sorry about all that bullshit. And then I didn't get fired, never did. That was about 7 years of working at Countdown as well.
I think, I think what makes me
pretty cool.
Like slightly emotional about hearing that story is just the support from Countdown. I think that's really fucking cool.
Humbling, really beautiful.
It would have been so much easier for them to go, oh, well, let's just hire someone that doesn't have Tourette's.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Or hide you out the back where you're crushing boxes.
I did do produce and I did do all crushing boxes. I used to love that. I was a little anal cunt about that fucking shit. My OCD. But yeah, man, hey, shit, no, I loved it. I always worked on checkouts every day. If I needed help, I'd run out there, swear at a few people, laugh and love and move on. And there was another time, I'll tell you the other time, before we move on, real quickly. There was an old bitch, this fucking old ass Sheila, racist girl. This Pākehā girl comes in and she's like, really good start. She was like, oh, fucking, I was like, oh, kia ora. Oh, how's your day been? And she goes, that word, my grandparents would be rolling in their graves if they heard that being said around now. And I'm like, I'm just going to bomb this fucking thing at your head. I could help that. I'm like, I honestly want to chuck this at your head. Like it was her bloody baked beans. What baked beans? I was keen as just to open it and tip it at her. That would have got me fired because I could have helped that. But I said to her, fuck you, bitch. She goes, what did you say? I'm like, fuck you and your racism and get the fuck out. I said that to her. I don't give a shit who you are, and if I lose my job right now. But I tell you one thing in the world I can't deal with is racist people that can help that sort of shit. So fuck off, fucking in front of 200 people. And they all said, nah, good on you.
So that wasn't a tick. That's just you speaking from the heart.
Yeah, bro. That was me telling her to fuck off. And she's like, don't you dare say that to me. I'm paying for my groceries. And I just ushered her out. I'm like, nah, you can get out. Go, sorry. She's like, what about the groceries? I'm like, we'll put it away. Don't worry about that. I'll buy your meat later. Because fuck off, you fucking bitch. And she's like, you can't say that to me. I'm like, fire, go get me fired. Go on. I couldn't give a shit. I'd rather stand up for what I believe in than have to deal with people like you pig. And she never came back. I never saw her again. She wrote in so many letters of complaining, and yeah, she's just a piece of shit.
Wow.
Yeah,
oh, good
crazy,
for you.
Eh? Oh, fuck yeah, bro.
And,
You'd do the same as well if you had someone being a racist pig for no reason.
Yeah.
You'd stand up for what's right. Anyone should. If you didn't, you're just as bad.
Yeah, I've never been in that situation, but I'd like to think I would.
Wait, do you ever have situations where you're in the shower and you're like, fuck, I'd say this when you're washing yourself? I always do that. When you're thinking about situations or like scenarios and you're like washing your hands and your feet and all your legs and you're like, fuck, bro, I would say that to someone. Fuck that person.
But you never know until you're in the heat of that moment how you're going to respond. But yeah, I hope you respond the right way.
Yeah, oh, bro, we had so many altercations daily at supermarkets. You got to remember, you got the cuzzies down the road that are coming in and stealing, and they do it all the time, and you're like to them, hey, don't you buddy come in here. So you do get used to the confrontation quite often, and I grew from that confrontation. I've got some funny stories for you, which I won't say on here, but
why not? What you can say?
Okay, all right. Okay. There was this lady who came in, bro, and she was this white lady. It's not any Māoris that steal. Remember that. It's everyone. Any background. This lady pops in and she's stealing mascaras. She had bare feet on. She rocking around, fucking with her daughter who only has cat biscuits in their thing, and they're stealing mascaras. And I went around the corner. I'm like, okay, you're gonna give me all back that mascara you've taken, and you're gonna go. And she's like, I haven't stolen any. I'm like, oh, I didn't say you did, but I'd love it back though, you know? Just don't be a dick, give it back. I'm like, honestly, and my boss is next to me. She's laughing, because I always used to make this a game. And she'd go, can we just have the bloody mascaras back, and then you guys can just leave? We're not going to do anything about it, and we'll just keep the mascaras, and you can bugger off. She gives us back one of the 10 she took. And bro, that sort of shit pissed me off. Now, not my business, and I'm not losing money. And I don't, like, I used to just make it a game, man. Even though it wasn't my business, I still respected the workplace, right? So I went to her, Al, fuck you, Al. Why don't you just steal some shoes, you fucking egg? Look at your shoes, Al. Ugly shoes, bro. And that was one thing that would piss people off, is when they're in there and they're a bit bummed out that you've caught them, I'm like, I'm just going to be an egg about it. Why don't you go and steal yourself a jersey? Maybe you'll be a bit warmer, instead of stealing something petty like a mascara. Like, I probably shouldn't have lowered myself to that level, but I was a hothead 16-year-old loving life, and I couldn't give a fuck. And it was funny, bro. People used to get so offended. What did you just say? Steal shoes, bro. maybe instead of stealing mascara, that might actually help you. People used to get so offended. And you'd never see them again. You'd never see them. They wouldn't know. They wouldn't come back in. Except for the pros.
You've got no right to be offended. You're in here stealing shit.
Yeah, what are you offended by? What, that I've just bummed you out even more? Ugly. You are ugly, bro. But I'd always pick my words really well. Like, you can't walk up to someone, even though you can't walk up to someone and go, you're a hoary ass cunt. You can't say that. You just fucking get them at their own game. Like, steal some shoes next time, mate. Might better yourself. Bro, if you were stealing something from there, that would that'd hit you. But then you've got whānau that are coming in and stealing bread.
Yeah, that's tough.
I'd turn a blind eye to most shit like that.
Yeah.
Like, if they're stealing like 2 loaves of bread out and you know they are, I'd be just like, hey, next time, I'm not going to tell anyone, but don't fucking steal that bread, eh? Please, just honestly, I can see you're taking it. She's like, I'm sorry. I'm like, just go, bro. I don't care, bro. You're out the door. I don't give a fuck. I don't care, bro. Just go, cousin. But I'm so sorry, Leighton. No, you're right, bro. See you later. And they'd come back in, bro. And I got a lot of, not just me, other people did that as well. I don't know if anyone did that back then, like other people, but I know I did. It doesn't matter who you are, what background, what ethnicity. If you are stealing bread,
yeah, you need it.
Oh man,
yeah.
Go feed your kids out.
Yeah. Well, I did some public speaking a couple of weeks ago for this service station chain.
That's hearty, eh? Like, that's deep.
Bro. So there's this service station up near Dargaville, which is up far north sort of way.
I don't know where Dargaville is. Haven't been there in years, but yeah.
Low socioeconomic area. And this Māori couple that own a service station up there, they said customers that come in, if their EFTPOS card's not working or they're looking tweaked out or something, they'll often just say to them, do you want $20? Or you want these cigs? Or you have the petrol, and they say to them, well, you just have it and come back and pay later sometime if you're in the area. And I said, do the people ever come back? And they go, sometimes they do.
Yeah.
But they said, but you know what they never do? They never come back with their mates and rob us or give us any shit. And I thought it was just such a nice...
That's true.
Such a nice way to look at it. It was like, it wasn't coming from a place of self-preservation that they don't want to be robbed. Just the guy, he was like... I just don't want to make anyone feel stink because they're going through tough times or they can't afford $20.
Or a fucking, I remember, bro. Yes, those fellas are on, and I remember one day, bro, working at Countdown. My disability always had me on good games with people, bro, and that's probably why I got a lot of praise at the place. But one day, bro, there's this fella who came in, and he was stealing chicken. One bit of chicken, and he'd taken it out of the wrapper and put it down his pants. That's how desperate he was. Now, funny, because it leaked all down his pants, and I gave him shit for it, and he was a bit embarrassed.
Chicken juice on your dick.
Yeah, fucking old chicken laho. He was walking out, and I'm like, hey, I know you've stolen that chicken, and I don't want it back, bro. But next time, cuz, bring a bag, eh, so it doesn't leak down your leg. He's like, fuck you. I'm like, oh, cuz, I'm letting you get away with theft right now and stealing. The least you could do is just have a crack and laugh. He's like, oh, sorry, man. I shouldn't have stolen this chicken. I'm just need it for my kids. I'm like, well, fuck, if it's for your kids, man, fuck off. Oh, fucking, but yeah, very, very sad. And you see it all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and most of my bosses, if they saw them stealing bread or like muesli bars or chips, just let them have it. Who cares?
Yeah.
And don't tell anyone, let it be, bro. Write it off. We're not losing any money. That fucking company makes billions.
Yeah, so much
My
money.
store was $1 million store a week. Go figure. And they have 70 plus fucking stores across the country. So
they're
a
doing
lot of money. There they are.
They're doing all right. And it was that Countdown that you met Liv.
Yeah.
So how are you older than her or same age? Is she older than you?
Oh no, she's just turned 26. I'm 30 this year.
26 and 30. Okay, so all right, 4-year age gap.
4-year age gap.
So you were in the same department? Do you remember the first day? Do you remember the first day you met, or the first time you saw her?
Yeah, bro. I remember when I first met her. I fell in love with her from the get go. She's an amazing girl. She was my checkout supervisor. She was my boss. Enough said. But I didn't sleep with her for fucking ages because she friend zoned me the bloody egg. So. Yeah, she's like that.
Yeah, so you met and so you just become friends.
Yeah.
But were you spading hard? Like you...
Nah. I didn't graft that hard. I just kind of let it be. And
were you just sort of at peace with the fact that
Yeah. I was at peace because she was like, oh, we work together. Hey, puppy. Hey, boy. You're a good-looking boy, aren't you? I was at peace. I was kind of happy with her just being friends. And I was stoked as, bro. I couldn't give a shit. I was just happy that she was happy. And then
what happened next?
So we went to take it back 2018, 17. I was like to her one night, do you want to come to a Sticky Fingers concert in Papamoa? They were on Papamoa at that just down the road from Bay Dreams where it's held, there's like a pub there. And there was a few other bands playing, and I was like, she's like, I don't know who they are. I'm like, oh, well, we'll listen to the music on the way over. Would you like to come? I'm shooting a gig. This is when I was big into my shooting back then. Camera shooting, not gun shooting, by the way. And then we were rocking in, and we're all backstage. She met the whole band twice, like hung out with them all. She hung out with Dizzer and everyone in the band, and old Crabs and all that, and we're all chilling. And then I'm like, would you like a photo? She's like, oh, nah, it's all good. She regrets that to this day, by the way. I always give a shit about that when we talk about it. And then she drove home because I'd had 1 or 2 beers, and she's like, I'll just drive. It's just way easier, and I'd been working, so I was a bit tired. And then we got home, and she kissed me. And then that was when it all kind of kicked off. Yeah. But
after how long? How long were you friends at that point?
7 months.
7 months.
6, 7 months.
Okay, so you weren't deep into the friend zone.
No.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
babe,
it was still, she was just a bit wary of you, maybe, or
yeah, because she'd seen our other workmates that had done the same as sleeping with workmates, and it always went to shit.
Yeah.
Like most of them did. Actually, no, all of them did. We were the only one that really lasted from Countdown. It's been 6 years now. So, yeah, go figure. I guess she was correct in that stat. Correct in saying that.
Well, with any relationship, I mean, when you start it, there's a high probability it's going to end.
Yeah, most of the time.
And her mum didn't like you initially.
Oh, nah. Because
No?
I'm loud. I was loud as, and she couldn't understand. She couldn't understand the whole Tourette's thing at the start. And fair enough, it's a hard thing to come into, especially when I'm at your house daily and I'm saying fuck, penis, minge, cunt. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I don't know. Like we've been talking for 45 minutes now.
Yeah.
You sort of, I don't know. It just becomes wallpaper after a while.
I'm comfortable, and it does become wallpaper. You just kind of let it be and let it do its thing, and it does become wallpaper. But at the same time, I can understand where she's coming from. Like, I can understand, like, who the fuck is in my house? What the hell's going on, Olivia? So, yeah, but we grew. I got a lot of time for Olivia's mum. Oh, wait, because that's loud. Damn, that's right there.
That's all right. The mics pick it up a little bit, but it's not too bad.
I got a lot of time.
You are very easily distracted. Is that the
that's the ADHD. But also, I just know in sound, I would stop talking and re-continue because I know what it's like to cut. It's not hard to cut between things.
Right. Oh, you're way more of a perfectionist than me. I
just know if we were talking, I'd probably put my hand out and go, stop. I love Olivia's mum. She is phenomenal. And I do get sidetracked. That's my ADHD. But yeah, me and her get along like a house on fire, mate. Like a crackhead and a crack den, mate. We just get along. And she supports me a lot, and I can't wait for her to be the grandmother to my children. She's an amazing woman, bro. She's a nurse as well.
Yeah. So Olivia's a nurse.
Yeah, and so was her mum.
What sort of nursing does Olivia do?
Everything.
Everything, right.
She was doing private nursing for 6-7 months, and now, but she's back at Waikato at the hospital. Yeah, and she does she looks after you once you've had your gin and juice and your surgery done.
Yeah, I had a tumour a number of years ago that was taken out, and so I was in hospital for a couple of weeks, and you definitely have a new appreciation for what the nurses do.
Yep.
You know, they do everything, and then the doctor comes around once a day, looks at the chart, barks some orders, and then fucks off again.
Yeah, there was one thing I wanted to ask because I interviewed David Seymour today on my podcast on Tics, and I was like, I didn't get to ask him that, so I kind of forgot about it. But I was going to say, what will you, because I don't really care about me. Oh, we're always going to pay high in taxes, you know that shit. Look at our country. But one thing that I was going to ask him was, what can you do to better nurses, bro? Just nurses. Like, can you give them more money? Because you've got our vote. Anyone can have our vote if you can better nurses. Because I care about my fiance. I care about where she's going in the future.
Because what does she make?
Not enough.
Yeah.
Yep, not enough. Graduate nurses should be paid way more than what they start on.
Yeah, what is the starting salary? Do you know?
50K.
Right.
That's not enough, bro, for someone that studied for fucking 5 years and is saving and helping your life. Come on. That's the same with teachers. The people that actually teach your kids and do stuff for you as a person. Doesn't matter if it's tertiary or secondary or primer entrant, you know, fucking school.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a sad world, but yeah, they're not paid enough, bro. And I always stand up for nurses because without them, bro, it would be a hard fucking world. People that care about people, bro, it's a hard thing to come by these days. 100%. Trust me when I say that.
100%. And it's a special person that decides to become a nurse because you're definitely not doing it for the fucking money, are you?
No, of course not.
I've got a mate who's a dentist, and he definitely did that for the money. he selected dentistry because he knew it was going to be a high-paying job at the end, and it has been.
Smart dude. We only have to worry about your mouth. Livy has to worry about your mouth, your feet, and your fucking arms, and your toes, and everything about you to be able to help you.
Yeah. Well, that's great. And when did Leighton Clark become Uncle Tex? Was that lockdown?
No, 2020, March 18th. I remember exactly.
Okay, so you work at Countdown, and you're a videographer at the same time.
Yeah, I quit straight after that. As soon as I started blowing up, I was at 45,000 people following me. I got a manager straight away, and I was like, I can't do this Countdown shit anymore. Oh no, actually, I moved away from Countdown. I went into filming like weddings and filming certain like I worked for a food brand called Muscle Fuel. Ready to Eat was the name of the company. They're still around now, and they just fucking, I do all their video work and all their photos and that, and build content for them around their prepackaged meals. Yeah, pretty cool way. And then I became famous.
So you got into that. So on the TV show Living with Tourettes, which I think is still on Neon now. If anyone wants
is it on Neon?
I think so.
No, fuck that one. It would be on Neon. It was on Prime. It's on. If you Google it and you're in New Zealand or Australia, and you go Living with Tourettes Prime Season 3, it should pop up, and I'll be like one of the top names at the top. Who's in it?
Yeah. So back then you're working at Countdown and you're working as a videographer as well. And
there's two jobs. Yep.
There's one episode in that where you're filming a wedding and one of the bridal party tells you off. Like,
no. It wasn't her. It was the photographer.
Right.
She was a piece of work. That woman. She's a fucking cunt. I'll fucking honestly say that. I've never met anyone more rude in my life that didn't want to understand me. That had no flow for me. Like, I loved working with photographers. They make your day way better if you know each other or if you get to know someone and work with them, not against them. Just I couldn't film or do anything. And, bro, there was so much we had to cut out of the episode because I went off with her, bro. I was like, I'm not trying to be rude to you fellas, but I'm just going to be real up front here. But you're the hardest person I've ever worked with in my life, and you're a fuckwit. Like, you've given me no time today to do what I want to do, and I've given you heaps of lists of things I'd love to do that you could do at the same time. If you let me lead for a bit and tell you what would be cool, you might learn a bit from me. Like, just because you're an old person, like, hey, to get respect, you got to give respect. There was no 100%. Respect. There was no respect that was given. So that was how I like to look at it. If you're not going to respect me, I'll never respect you. So, and it doesn't matter how old you are. Like, everyone should just respect each other. It doesn't matter how old you are or who you're from or blah, 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 you know? Yeah.
Yeah, completely. A bit more kindness, a bit more compassion.
Yep. And I loved my film work. And but yeah, that was a good episode.
Yeah.
I thoroughly enjoyed that.
So when you were doing that, did you have to front foot it with the people you were working for and say, hey...
They already knew.
Yeah, right.
People already knew who I was and my disabilities and the content I'd done in the past was word of mouth and everything got out so fast. You have one video that hits 200,000. Fuck, you've got 50 people in your DMs the next day wanting their wedding done at that price pop. So you're like, holy hell, this is really cool. Yeah.
So is that sort of how Uncle Tex started? So you had the video camera gear, you were doing some videography work.
Yeah.
So then it's like a transition to
yeah. I was just nifty with the camera.
Yeah.
I was just a bit more niftier with my editing and with the camera than the common Joe. That was how I did it. It wasn't fucking like bloody science or space work. It was just put your time to anything and you get something back. Yeah, anything can be like that as well. Trust me. Like, yeah, I'm a disabled fella and I can do that. You can do it too. Like, come on, bro.
Yeah, you've used your disability as a way to
showcase.
To showcase it, I guess, and highlight and give an appreciation of what it is that you live with on a daily basis.
Yeah.
By the way, when you Google your name, one of the first things that comes up is
he fake?
Yeah. Does that piss you off?
No. I don't care. It means people are looking me up and wanting to know more. And that's a win for me at the end of the day.
But I mean, we've been sitting here for the last 53 minutes and it's it looks fucking uncomfortable.
No, but I'm comfortable. I'm happy. I wouldn't be here if I wasn't Dom. Trust me.
Yeah,
I would have left a bit earlier. But I'm all right. I'm happy as.
No. But I mean, it looks uncomfortable as, and you don't look uncomfortable. But the Tourette's looks uncomfortable. Yeah, like the neck thing. So I'd just be frustrated if I was you and people were calling me out for being a fucking fake.
Yeah, no, fuck them. I don't care. They can think what they want.
So what started first? Was it like Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok?
It was Instagram, I think.
Instagram.
Yeah. Instagram was what took off for me, and then I just built a Facebook page. And I have a huge Facebook page. I didn't even realize. I never look at it. I looked the other day, and it's at 300,000 followers. 340,000. I was like, holy shit, cunt. I had some videos that blow up over fucking some that's had like 20 million, and some that's had like 5 million, and a couple others that have had like a couple 100,000. But bro, there's heaps of people coming through.
Yeah. So you start doing that. Does it just chug along slowly for a while? Like, is there a moment where you have a video that breaks through?
Yeah, I had one of the videos.
Is there like a tipping point?
Yeah, I had one of the videos that was really big. It was the going to dinner one with Olivia, part 1, and then the I'm gonna have a tic tac. Here we go, real good. I'm not that big today. It was what one was it, Leighton? Playing Jenga with my flatmate. Yeah, and me just smashing that fucking thing. It had 28 million views or 25 million. I can't remember. 20 something, maybe 24 million.
Right.
And it was huge, and that blew me up. I grew like 500,000 people in 2 days.
Right. So when you film a clip like that, the playing with Jenga one, are you like, we should do this, this would be a good idea because I won't be able to fucking control myself?
Yeah, that's exactly what I did.
Yeah, right.
I did part 1, and I was going 15,000 views every 20 seconds. And I was like, let's post part 2, and part 2 went to 24 mil. Part 1 went to 10 mil, and it blew me up. And then I posted them on Facebook, and I blew up. Posted on Instagram, 3 million views later. Those are huge views, bro. On Instagram, that's like, for 100,000 views, it should be about averaging 10,000 likes. Between 6 and 10,000, you should be hitting that market, which is heaps. For 1 million views, it's like 85 to 100,000 likes will get you 1 million. Yeah, that's a million. That's what like stats look like on my account. Yeah.
So the social media stuff, have you just learned this through like trial and error along the... Yeah.
No one's ever
smart.
told me.
Everyone I speak to about you talks about how smart you are with social media stuff.
Hey, thanks for that. I really appreciate that. Nah, bro, I'm just a fucking moldy on a mission.
Yeah. So
Try be nifty, bro.
So like you get that... Oh, you go ahead.
We'll collaborate on a video and it might hit 100,000, but we might also have a good conversation about something that's quite controversial or not even controversial and it hits 1 mil just because our faces are in it and they know what it will be. You always end up with something at the end that you wanted to know kind of thing. Yeah. I don't know. That's just how I do it.
Okay, so you do the Jenga one, which blows up. Then are you like, you've got a thirst for... Yeah, I suppose you get that dopamine hit. It's like, fuck, that felt good. I need to top it. I need to...
Nah. I got nervous, anxious.
Did you?
I had 25,000 hate comments. Yeah.
Out of how many, though?
Oh, it was an average every 35 seconds I was getting a hate comment.
Oh,
for 4 months.
Wow. Like, what sort of hate comment?
I was like, this guy's so fake. Fuck this guy.
Right.
Fuck, he's all shit. I'm like, bro, come live in my shoes for a day, bro. Come throw yourself around and call people names that you don't really want to say.
Yeah, I suppose that's the thing, because it's edited, the edited nature of social media. Yeah. I suppose it could look fake, but as I said before, sitting with you here for the last hour, fuck, man, your neck must be sore at the end of the day.
Nah, I've been doing it for 25 years, mate. 20 years, it doesn't hurt.
Strong neck muscles.
Yeah, bro, I honestly think I have the strongest neck muscles in fucking Aotearoa, bro. Oh, like, honestly, it doesn't hurt. I might get a sore back every now and then.
It looks exhausting.
No, but it's not. I'm happy. I do get a sore back once in a blue moon.
Yeah.
Right? But yeah, I'll get a massage. Someone will come over and give me a massage. I've just found a new masseuse, and she's the bomb. This Samoan, I think she's Samoan or Tongan lady from Hamilton. She's the bomb.
Yeah.
And she comes over and she's going to start doing Livy as well. But
how often do you get her?
I just had her once 2 weeks ago, but I'm going to start doing it once a month with her.
Yeah, cool.
I think that could be pretty cool for me. And better getting, I'm 30, bro. Starts disintegrating from here, bait. So starts downhill unless you don't look after yourself and run more. But hey, mate.
So you drove up from Hamilton to do this podcast today. When you're driving, do you have tic tacs?
Yeah, all the time. Yeah, I'll just pull over and leave my thing and then leave.
Right.
Yeah, but 9 times out of 10, I've got a real flowy day, man. I know what I'm supposed to be doing. I'll have everything written out for me, usually by my team at my podcast or things that I need to do, or I have some sort of, my manager would have told me or emailed me something in my Google calendar, and I know exactly where I need to be at a certain time. And if I know I'm going to be a bit ticky today, I'll give myself that more time to be able to get there and enjoy myself in that day, rather than always run behind schedule. Now, it doesn't always work like that, but most of the time I run to a pretty clean and nice schedule, and I'm ticky. I can pull over for 5, 10, then I go off again, shit like that. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
You manage it.
You have to.
Did I see or hear an interview with Olivia somewhere, and she talked about you get fixated on things. I think this is an ADHD thing. Like, you'll get home at 2 a.m. and you'll decide to do the vacuuming.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, I do that every weekend.
What's that? Is that just ADHD?
Yeah, that's just me wanting to be an anal clean cunt. I'm so anal, bro. I'm always like, no, this has got to be done now. I'm going to do it now. Rather than get up in the morning and have to do it. I'll just tidy up tonight. Rather do it at 4 a.m. and then I can sleep through the day and relax. Yeah. But I haven't been drinking that much, actually. I'm just been doing my own thing.
Yeah, so when you are drinking, when you get intoxicated, do the tics get any? Do they get less the more pissed you get, or
do my Tourettes get any more or less, or do my Tourettes mellow out? You're trying to say?
Yeah,
bro. But I still tic. Instead of me going I'll go
right.
Because I'm slurry and pissed. Yeah, I'm pissed. But
right,
yeah,
so they don't disappear completely. So it's not. There's nothing you can do to get apart from sleep to get a break from it.
Certain things can break that. Yep. Like intimacy, yeah, anything. I still take it at certain times when I shouldn't be, but I mean, I don't need to say much more about that. If you need to know more, go and Google it.
Yeah.
Google on the hub, bro. I'm pretty sure you can search up someone with Tourette's on there with fucking, but yeah, it's all very normal.
Right. Yeah, do you get a lot of people asking about your sex life?
Every day. It's like my number one asked question on the street. Yeah.
What do they ask exactly?
What's it like for you? I'm like, dude, honestly, go and look on Pornhub. Like go Google something. I'm sure you'll find something on there. And what you're thinking already happened. So why do I need to say it?
Right.
Like, yeah, it's funny. People are funny.
And what else? What are the other most commonly asked questions?
I just get, you're a piece of shit on the street. I actually got that.
Wait, actually?
Yeah, someone came up to
me. From who?
Oh, just this random passer go up, bro. Actually, bro, I think you're a piece of shit. And I'm like, hey, bro, that's not what your missus said when I was clapping them cheeks. I just say that. I just try and be a dick back to match the energy. Like, well, sometimes I'll just like, hey, bro, all good, bro. Enjoy your day. I don't care.
I mean, there's a saying that talk is cheap, but actually on the internet, talk is free, and it has very little meaning and very little consequence. So people can say whatever they want without any sort of repercussions.
Couldn't give a
Facts
shit.
don't even matter.
Oh, well, I'd like to see those people go out and be themselves and have a good job and do that sort of shit.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say anything mean. Fuck, bro. In the past, though, I've gone up to them going, I will enjoy your 9 to 5. While I go and make videos about being myself and getting paid for it. What are you doing for yourself? Nothing.
Yeah.
But that's fucking ignorant of me to say. I have said that once or twice and I feel so stupid after I've said it. I'm like, fuck, that makes me look cocky. And I'm not
it's kind of douchey, but they kind of ask for it in a way.
Oh, yeah. I've only ever done that once or twice and I felt real shit about myself as a person, even though I'm the one getting roasted. But I find different ways to go about it. Like, oh, well, that's not what your bitch said, but I was clapping her cheeks. Like, what the fuck are you going to say back to that in the middle of 50 people in a mall? Nothing, exactly. Shut your mouth. Or just out-talk them.
Yeah. So how many TikTok followers are you New Zealand's #1 TikTok creator?
Yeah, I've been like that, #1 now for like a year and a half.
How many followers? Like 4 million or something?
4.4. It'll be 4.5 probably after this. It's growing quite rapidly. Do you want to see how many followers I've grown this week?
It's an insane number. It's like the population of New Zealand.
Just this week.
When does it grow? Like if you put a new video up, do you notice it growing? Or
yeah, sometimes.
Do you become obsessed with the analytics?
It's 25,000 this week. Last week I grew 85,000.
Wow.
Yeah. But yeah, nah, I don't. I used to get really obsessed with like the viewership counts and all that. If it's not hitting, I'm not doing something right. And sometimes I talk with this quite a lot with Jimmy Jackson, and we'll talk about this. But
what's he got? What are his numbers?
I think he's on like 2.2 million on TikTok, but he's got a
junior.
No, honestly, but he's got huge YouTube.
Yeah,
he's got like 1.5 million on YouTube, and that's where the money is.
So yeah, what would he make?
And 1 million on Facebook.
What would he make a month off from like YouTube, like pre-roll ads or whatever?
Oh, I can't tell you that.
Yeah,
it's not my place to say. But
okay.
a lot.
So what about you? Can you remember the first like brand deal you got, or the first like sponsorship deal you got on?
One of the big companies was Vodafone. They came. I love those guys. They always they go, here's the fucking budget, Tics, and this is what we want. What can you do? I'm like, all right, what you fuckheads are going to do for me is going to give me a SIM card. I'm going to go to fucking dinner, and you guys sponsored this whole video, and I can post this video because of you guys. I'll film me at Tourette's at dinner, and I'll plug it all at the start. There's 17 million views. That was one of the largest, naturally just done videos that I've ever seen an ad in the country do. And no one paid for that. No one bumped it. No one did anything. It just went naturally.
Right.
17 mil, 18 mil.
Can you, I mean, given the success of it, 17 million, that's an unbelievable reach.
It's fucking huge.
Can you say, for shits and giggles, how much they paid you?
No, I won't even disclose anything like that. Okay. No one needs to know that sort of shit. And people get
touchy. But in hindsight,
I can tell you off camera. I can tell you off camera. But people get real touchy with
money chat. Yeah, sorry, it's a very personal question.
Because I'm disabled.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Oh, given it the reach of 17 million, that is good value for money on their part, but that's a big investment.
Yeah, and
good for you.
And my manager, bro, is the bomb. Daniel Antonov, he is the man. But yeah, I'll never disclose money because people get really touchy about disabled. Like, you're making money off your disability, and I have every right to. It's my disability. Just like I have the right to say the word retard. That's my word. I'm disabled. I can say that word if I want to, just like a person of colour may say the N-word, and so on and so forth. Like people that can own their own words. Yeah, it's shit like that.
Yeah, fair enough. It's yours to sell.
It is, and I can do whatever the fuck I like with it.
But that amount that's written on this bit of paper, how long would it take you to earn that at Countdown?
Oh, fucking hell.
6 months?
I wouldn't have a clue, bro. My missus always goes, whenever I get brand deals coming in and we sit down, I usually talk about it as a flat. We never disclose it outside of the flat, though. Fucking, I'll be like, I'm making this week. And she's like, Jesus Christ. That would take me like 6 months or 5 months to do. And I'm like, you want to go to Bali? You want to go to Bali, babe? That's going to be fun, eh? And she's like, yeah, let's do it then.
I've got a podcast coming out with Susie Bates, who's one of New Zealand's most famous female cricketers ever. Yep. And
that's cool.
So she's like a trained PE teacher, but she's never had to do that as a job because the money's started to come in cricket.
Yep.
So she'll get 20 grand here, 30 grand here for doing one of those big bash series overseas, like in India or the UK.
That's fucking unreal, bro. On like a little secondment, eh?
Yeah,
going overseas. Anyway, yeah,
but she's sort of like, she's got these deals that are coming in at the later stages of her career, and she's like, fuck, how long would it take me to earn that as a PE teacher? And just thinking about the normal job that she's going to need when cricket's over.
Yep.
But no, good for you. But I'm guessing there's also, on the flip side of that, you've got courageous brands like Vodafone/One that want to work with you and be daring. Yep. But there's also probably a lot of brands that are conservative and they don't want to work with you because of the...
And yeah, cool. Stay where you are. I'd rather go with the people that are more accepting and inclusive of people like me and accept disabilities. So if you're one of those companies and you may want to work together, awesome. Come cordial with us. My manager, Daniel, is the man, and he'll just tell you straight up how it is and what we're good with, what we're doing. We usually take creative control. I leave out racial slurs and certain other little things so we don't get taken down. But otherwise, it's a free game for anything, and what happens. And if you don't like that being said, don't come here in the first place.
Yeah. So
respectfully.
Yeah. Who is Daniel? How did you meet him?
Daniel, well, I've known Daniel, my manager Daniel, for years. He was just a hustler. I remember the first time I ever met him, I bought a Tommy Hilfiger watch off him. I've still got the watch, actually. And he sold it to me for $250. And I could have bought it online for like $170, but it came from America. And he was just a hustler, bro. I actually probably could have bought it for way less, but he was a hustler, man. And he's the man. And then I met him, and there was 3 people in my life that could have been my manager. Number 1 is Jackson, who's a good friend of mine. He works in film and television, movies and TV, and he is a organisational freak. He's the man. Another guy, Bevan Nichols, who does a lot of nightlife stuff in Hamilton. Really good friend of mine. Been his friend for fucking years. He helped me get into the videography scene and helped me build. Actually, probably helped me build to who I am today with film, because get away with doing what I did because he put me in the deep end along with Mitch Lowe and that, who own Bay Dreams and that, and Mitch, Carwin, and Toby, and then so it was those 3 there. It was Bevan, Jackson, or Dan, and Dan's the more freer one. Jackson doesn't have time, and Bevan is just always on a mission. So it was Daniel, and that's how I did it. Yeah, and Daniel, and I asked him, I could probably go back through our messages at about 40 or 35,000 followers to 40,000 followers. I was getting recognised in the countdown, and then I was like, I need someone to help me do this. We're getting brand deals coming up my ass. They were only minor things, like you might have a company come to you, we want to give you T-shirts for a free post, and we'll give you $500. And I'm like, I can't deal with all this shit. And then he just takes a percentage and does it all for me, and he's been doing it ever since, and the dude just gets us deals coming out our ass. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
God, I suppose it's like a career transition that you could never have foreseen coming. Like you can't plan this shit.
No, you can't. And a lot of these kids, when I go and fucking talk to schools, or if I go and talk to groups of people, these kids are like, I want to be rich and famous. I'm like, you can be rich, but being famous isn't for everyone. Trust me when I say that. You've had a dash of fame in your past, and now you've got one of the largest podcasts in the country, mate. I know how much your downloads are. I do my research.
Oh,
so
thanks, mate.
you should be proud of yourself. But also, you get that. You know what it's like to be in a public eye, mate. You know. It's hard out.
Yeah, although, you know, we mentioned Israel Adesanya before, so he's like at the top of the mountain. You're like middle of the mountain. Yep. I'm base camp, brother. But I'm base camp. So
you still get recognised, mate.
If someone comes up to me though, I'll always be nice to them. Like, it's never an issue. Israel Adesanya at Jervois Steakhouse, that's another kettle of fish. Same as you in the mall, different kettle of fish. I'm all good.
Yeah. I don't usually go out, eh?
I heard some people even go to your house.
Yeah. Kids, bro.
Like school, kids. Like secondary school age kids, primary school age kids?
14 and up.
Yeah.
They'll come down my driveway, groups of them thinking it's okay. And what's buzzy, bro, is that these parents of these kids will bring them to my house and walk up my driveway to come meet me. I'm like, no, that's not how you do it. That's not what we do. No, you're invading my privacy. Fuck off. Fuck it in the most politest way. I know that might sound really forward of me, but when you've had it done over 1,000 times now, it just fucking pisses me off. It's like, give me my own space. It's my own. I want to walk around the house. Yeah, I want to walk around the house on Mondays if I want to. I don't want someone peeping through my window. It's like, come on, cunt. Fuck. It really does fuck with my emotions and my mental health when people are doing that shit. Like, I posted a video not that long ago, and their parents ended up praising me and thanking me for that, because he did get a lot of shit actually on the internet, and they kept an eye on him to make sure he wasn't too suicidal or anything like that, because I always called it all with the parents. They're like, would you take the video down? I'm like, no. There's a reason why. I'm not trying to be mean to your boy or degrade or put them down or dox them. I didn't say anything about I didn't even know where they're from. But I was like, this is a learnt lesson for them and any other one that wants to come down my driveway. Don't come down my driveway. And people are like, you could have worded this better and been polite. I'm like, fuck off, dude. You're in no position to say that. You're not in my fucking position. You don't know what it's like every single day having people come up to you. Shut up. And you don't have people come down your drive. If you had fucking people coming up to your house and taking photos in your windows, would you be pissed off?
Of course.
Well, then they can all shut the fuck up, because you're not in my position to say that. And people got upset with me, and they're like, oh, you should have worded it better. I'm like, nah, dude, I've been posting this on my story for 2 years now. Don't come down my driveway. I've reached my point where there's no return. I'm fucking pissed off now. So either own it, or I just had to own it and smash it. And that's what I did. And
it's quite funny, eh? Like, I suppose, like, just piecing the whole Leighton story together, like the thick skin that you developed as a kid in school probably helped prepare you for the social media journey you're on now.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie to you.
Just the ability to shake this shit off.
Yep.
Do you block people, or do you just like scroll through the comments and you're immune to them?
No, I block in 100 people. Nah, shit, that's 100 people average a week. Yep. Maybe 10, 15 people a day.
Like what? What does it take to get blocked? Just a nasty comment?
I can find something. Ready?
Yeah,
I'll find you something. Okay. I'll block someone right now that deserves it. I'll go to my recent video that blew up.
Because the way, I mean, my social media presence is way, way, way smaller than yours. But I'll block anyone that comes into my space and writes a negative comment.
Yeah, no, I don't blame you. And anyone should, bro. I went to Europe, and it was amazing. I went to Italy, and I got heaps of shit from Italian people. Now, this is being straight up. Everywhere else in the world I've been hasn't been as hearty as that. Like, every second person was looking at me going, stupido, or something like that. Calling me stupid or retard. I got retard quite a bit when I was over there, bro. And I had a few altercations when I was there. And I posted up a video of me saying, well, how come this is happening only in your country and nowhere else? And you guys need to find a better way to deal with your disabled here and have it more accepting. People went off their nut at me saying, you're generalizing, you're doing this. I'm like, well, if you watch the video and be real with yourself, it might come across as xenophobic, and I'd never try and be xenophobic or imply I'm racist or anything like that. I'm not a racist person or a xenophobic person. I just got pissed off that it only happened in Italy, and I had to say it. Like, you might not like to hear that, but maybe it's something like a generational thing. I don't fucking know, bro. Over there's no lanyard, so I wear a sunflower lanyard that can showcase I have a hidden disability. In Italy, they don't have anything like that. They're one of the only countries in the world that don't have that. For example, the fucking UAE have the lanyard and accept it as an open thing in their country. It's pushed all throughout their fucking like billboards and shit. The sunflower lanyard, I can't read their writing.
I'd never heard of that.
Well, now you do. Now you do know.
Right.
But so it's even in the UAE, and they're more accepting than the fucking Italian brothers and sisters. Like, come on, cuzzies.
Okay, so you wear that when like when you're on a plane, going through airports, at the Coliseum, wherever.
Yep, everywhere that's real.
I don't know if I've ever seen one. I've never noticed one on anyone.
Go back and watch my videos, you'll see it now.
Huh.
Yeah, you'll go back, if you go back to the one of me at the Coliseum,
right,
running and screaming, you should see it on. I should have it on for
80%
I've
seen that video. I've seen that. Yeah.
I did take it off at the end because I go like that and the fucking lanyard snaps off at the back, so I end up carrying it and swinging it around. So I give it to someone else to hold. but yeah, I got a lot of shit, and honestly, the comments and the backlash of people calling me names and you deserve it, it's just unfathomable. And fair enough, people can be mad because I'm kind of mad and I'm not looking down on anyone, but kind of saying that like Italy is this and that. But like honestly, bro, someone's like, deal it, stop crying, man up. That's not that. There we go. I'm going to book this person. They're like, how is that going to help anything? Deal with your Tourette's. Stop crying and man up.
Good block. Bye.
Bye. Have a great time. Arrivederci, motherfucker.
So, who did you travel with?
My flatmate Alex,
short
blonde one, the second hot one in my house because Olivia's the hot blonde one, and Jackson, my best friend. Yeah.
And how was the airport? I've heard you in other interviews talk about how you've just got this uncontrollable urge to yell out bomb.
Bomb.
Yeah.
There we go.
Did that happen at all?
Fuck yeah! Imagine that happening in an Arab country. So not funny, is it?
No, it's not. But I'm sorry for that.
No, you can laugh. It's all good. You're laughing with. You're not laughing at.
So I'm guessing the more anxious you get about not saying it, the more likely you are going to say it.
Oh, you're on the fucking money there, Dom. Yeah, bro. Yeah. So I was in the Abu Dhab's fucking terminal yelling, "We all got bombs, Arabs. Arabs have bombs, bombs." And they didn't care. They were like, they saw my lanyard and let it be. They let me go. They're not going to stand there. You could see them whisper, he's got the lanyard. And then they just walk on. The security, they wouldn't care. Police would come running sometimes.
Right.
And they come down there and be like, oh, good. I'm like, oh, sorry, bro, I've got a disability. They're like, oh, okay, cool. Walk off.
Oh, that's cool.
Fuck, bro.
Oh, that's cool. So
timid and amazing people, bro.
Right.
Real
so I had no idea about the lanyard thing, but I'm guessing the key people, like people at airports and whatever, they do know about them.
Yeah. And that country is very westernized now, so it's quite common to see people rocking through with the lanyard. And in the UK, only had one problem, was this bloody crackhead, random hooligan on a train who said, "What are you fucking making all that sound for?" He wasn't too happy. It's like an Irish dude, and he was fucking mad as.
Who was this, in London? Or?
Yeah, it was on the Victoria line.
Are you kidding me? You see all sorts of crazy stuff on the tube every damn day.
This was a Sunday morning.
Right.
And it was pretty empty, and we were coming back. We were actually heading to the airport to leave, to go to Rome. Our flight was like an afternoon flight, but we wanted to get there early and get through customs. And bro, there was this crackhead, bro, and we're on the Victoria line, and we had to swap over to the Elizabeth line, and he gets off the train, he's like, "Why are you fucking making all that sound?" I'm like, "I've got Tourette's, I've got a disability." He's like, "I don't give a fuck." I'm like, "Well, fuck you then, cunt. You fucking crackhead." Bro, he got so mad, he tried to come back on the train, run on the train, throwing his bottle at the train, his plastic bottle with water in it. I'm like, "Yeah, you wanker, look at you, you absolute cockhead." He was not happy, he was watching the train leave, and I'm like, fucking asshole. I hope he sees me on the internet one day and goes, "It was that guy." Oh my God, I feel bad, but fuck him.
The TikTok I saw from you outside the Coliseum, like you can see you getting noticed by a few people. You've got so many followers, and not all of them are from New Zealand; they're from all over the world. Yep. Did that happen a lot? You get recognised quite a bit when you travel?
Yeah, every day. Yeah, we get nice people coming up to us on the street and saying hello. Not as much as here. In America, America's real bad. We couldn't go to a mall without getting stopped 100 times. That was really out the gate for me. That was like, holy fuck, I've actually made this huge. Like,
is that quite satisfying though?
Overwhelming for me. I don't really get that satisfying urge of like, oh, I'm famous. I get the overwhelming feeling of, oh fuck, oh shit, I just want to go shit in peace. Have a poo in peace and Mimi in peace. It was quite overwhelming, but also I respect and I'm very grateful for it. Like I'm very grateful for where I am, but it's more overwhelming opposed to the satisfaction. Like, oh, overwhelming.
Yeah, because if it hadn't been for like blowing up on social media, what would you be doing now? Just the videography?
Yeah, I'd still be doing my weddings and that. Yeah. I can't really do much weddings these days. Fuck, I got itchy as nose. I can't really do much weddings these days because I feel I take away from the bride and groom when I arrive and I start filming, because no one wants to hang out with the bride and groom. They want to go hang out with Uncle Tex and be on this video with him. It kind of took away from it a little bit. And the last wedding I ever filmed, I was just like, oh, this is the last time I'm putting myself out there for this.
Yeah.
I'll go back into it one day.
Yeah.
Fucking, I know myself. I'm a whiz with a camera. I always have been. Thanks to my Uncle Craig, bless his heart. Passed away when I was real young, but he was the one that got me into taking photos and shit when I was younger. He used to have a mean ass camera. The first 1D that ever came out, 1D, which is like a Canon camera, it was on, and I used to take photos with that. Fucking heavy fucking thing, bro. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh no, your work's incredible, and it's really good to like watch it develop over the last few years. I mean, there's a lot of takeaways that a lot of young creators could get from you.
Yep. Yeah, man. And if other creators want fucking ideas, I should start doing like seminars or talks. Like
100%.
I was thinking
you like the Mr. Beast of New Zealand.
Hey, that's cool. Hey, that's a fucking compliment, Mr. Beast. Oh, bro,
you're less annoying than him.
Really? Yeah. Hey, no, Mr. Beast is the man. I've brushed shoulders with Jimmy. Yeah, bro, Mr. Beast. Real briefly for like 20 seconds in LA at VidCon, he had this big pinball machine, and you'd go grab this huge fucking big plastic dime, and you'd go stick it in the machine and twist it, and then a ball would drop down from the top inside the machine. It would go right from the top, drop all the way down, and you open it up and you've won something. And there was people in line for days, and he was giving away like 20 Teslas, like 1,000 PlayStations, like $100 million worth of stupid shit. It was just ridiculous. Like, that's probably an exaggeration, but millions of dollars worth of shit from this pinball machine. And people were winning like 2 Teslas a day. And I was like, holy, I didn't do it. I just walked past it. I couldn't be bothered waiting in line for 3 hours. But I brushed shoulders with him as he was arriving, and 2 big blacked out Sprinter vans pulled up. And he walks out, and I'm like, oh, hey, bro. He's like, hey, man. I was like, oh, well, fuck, that's it. All right, cool. Yeah, bro, and I just keep walking out. And my missus is like, who's that? I'm like, oh, that's Mr. Beast. And I got on my phone, I'm like, Jimmy Jackson, because Jimmy's a massive fan of Mr. Beast. We are both there. Oh, bro, Jimmy. I just fucking brushed fucking shoulders with Mr. Beast. And he's like, fuck off, cunt. Did you ask for a photo? I'm like, nah, I didn't. And I just kept walking. I don't need a photo. It's going to always live in my head forever now. So,
yeah, but come on.
One day I might meet him again.
Your girlfriend missed out on her opportunity to get a photo with Sticky Fingers. There's no comparison between Sticky Fingers, the band, and Mr. Beast, the greatest YouTuber ever.
Yeah, nah.
You missed it. Nah, you're mad at yourself because you missed a good opportunity.
I've got a video of me in it. I was like, Mr. Beast. Nah, I just left it, bro. I walked away. He was already getting fucking bombarded by all the kids. And I just know what it's like to be absolutely bombarded. Sometimes just to be left alone. I said, hey, bro, walked on.
Cool.
Fucking, but that's a moment that'll always live in my head. I don't need people to know that I've seen Mr. Beast or met him. Who cares? Like, right on. Fuck, I've met Mr. Beast. But that moment where I was like brushing shoulders with him and other famous people as well, you're like, fuck, I actually think I've made it, babe. I said that too. I was like, fuck, I've done something silly here. And as we're standing to go into VidCon in Anaheim in LA, I was like, whoa, this is pretty cool, eh? And we're going to meet with TikTok Australia later on that day and have beers with them on a rooftop. And they're going to feed us and get it. We got very drunk as well, by the way. Fuck me, I don't even remember how I got home. But we got home. Yeah, it was a big night.
It must be, I'm guessing you've had a discussion with Liv about the whole thing. So it must be nice that you two knew each other before
the fame.
Yeah, before the fame, before the whole social media thing. It's got to be really cool. A for starters, you know that she's your ride or die.
Yep, pretty much.
She was not with you because of the fame or anything like that.
Or the money. That's what a lot of people comment. They're like, oh, Uncle Tex, she's only there for the money. I'm like, I can tell you right now, she was around 3 years prior to us even being famous on the internet or blowing up. So that's a complete understatement, and you don't know who we are. So shut your fucking mouth. Fucking yeah, we get that quite a bit. Yeah.
So that must be nice for you to have that sort of reassurance that she's there for the right reasons. What about her? Like her life has changed a complete 180 because of this fame that now you've got.
Yep. So she's in fucking some of the biggest videos we've ever made, and she gets recognised daily, hundreds of times. When she's at her mahi at the hospital, she'll have kids coming up and saying hello to her. Most of the whānau comes up there, especially if it's my demographic. If you've got young Māori kids or just teenagers, anyone, bro, they're running up to say hello straight away, bro. They're not shame either. They'll fucking, oh, can I have a photo with you, miss? And she's like, oh, I'm just currently working. Can I come back? And she'll come back.
Just giving this guy a sponge bath, if you don't mind.
Just currently inserting a catheter. Do you mind me? Do you mind me coming back and having a photo with you after I've stuck it in his penis? That's funny.
Yeah. Is she okay with it? Did she get annoyed by it?
She's okay with it, yeah. Years ago, though, I remember asking her, because I used to do vlogs on YouTube, and I remember asking her, hey, if I started doing my YouTube stuff again, would you be okay with that? And she was okay with it. And then this happened. So it's kind of like, I wasn't seeking for the fame or seeking it out. I just had a knack for being creative and really smart, and look where we are now, yeah. I could post 25 seconds from now and say I'm with you, and that could get 25, excuse me. I could post a video with you. We could be doing something funny and right now in 5 minutes, and it could blow up overnight and have 1 million views. You just don't know. So yeah, it's overwhelming, more than like, oh, it's a success, but fucking overwhelming.
Yeah, it's completely overwhelming. And what does the future look like for you? Are you going to just keep doing this and see where the journey takes you? I suppose it's one of those things you can't.
Yes, good question.
Yeah,
you can't really
you can't really plan it, can you?
Nah,
you can't.
That's what me and my manager are trying to sort out. We're going to do something now, plan for the future. I'd love to be in television and radio. I'll be the only disabled male in New Zealand that is. I think there's like someone else does something on the news and they're disabled, but it would be cool to be in television and be able to like be that disabled man that's on TV and being able to be myself.
Yeah.
The inclusivity part. There was a certain distance some companies only go, but yeah, I don't know, bro. It just really depends. I don't know what I'm going to fucking do.
Yeah, so you're just going to roll with it and see where it takes you. Well, your podcast is very successful. You do a podcast with our mutual friend, both our friends, Clint Randall.
Yep, Clint.
Who's an excellent dude.
He's a fucking cool
and your podcast goes well?
Yep. Yeah.
Tics
on Rover. I'm going to plug it if you want to go and listen. Yeah. It's on Spotify. Just TIC and then Heads. Yeah, Tics, Clint and Randall. And Uncle Tex. It's good fun. I really enjoy it, bro. Yeah,
you guys had Lewis Capaldi on this season. I watched that on YouTube last night. Did you end up connecting with him when you went to the UK?
Good question. I knew you were going to ask this. All right. I don't think I've actually said this on my own podcast. So, I was 50 metres away from the dude at Glastonbury. And our management was sorting out something here. And then we had to go through a few different chains to get a hold of his management. And about 25 minutes before he went on, they said no. And I don't blame him at all because I probably would have said no as well. Having Tourette's, I know what it's like meeting someone else with Tourette's. It's full on, bro. But
I watched that interview on YouTube, and there definitely seemed to be a real connection there, though. Like he was, he was stoked talking to you.
Yeah,
felt like you gave him some peace in a way.
Yeah, well, he's like, it's really good talking to people that also suffer with the same thing. He's like, I can understand. I'm like, oh, bro, it's all good. I can understand where you're coming from, cuz he's like, yeah, every single day it's a struggle for me. But yeah, he thoroughly enjoyed the chat. And when he comes to New Zealand, I'll just catch up with him. I'll come meet him. It's not like I don't have that connection. I have a phone number now. I could ring and we could talk again, but there's just no need. I'll just meet him when he comes. You know what I mean?
That's so awesome. So he mentioned he had like an eye thing or a blinking thing when he was younger, but it's only sort of come on recently, right? For him, like brought on, I guess, by stress or anxiety.
I don't know, Dom. It could be fucking anything.
Yeah,
it could be anything. It could be the wind changing direction. It's just things happen, and it's quite interesting these days because Tourette's is a neurological disorder from a young age when you're going through adolescence, your adolescent years and pubescent era kicks in. So it's quite interesting to hear of people getting disability. It's quite interesting to hear of people getting my disability at such an old age because it's like that doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
but it's still what it is, and Tourette's is Tourette's. So yeah,
and if you watch
not saying they're not valid. I'm just saying it's quite.
If you watch his documentary on Netflix, it looks uncomfortable, eh?
Yeah,
it looks painful.
Yeah, he's got movement tics. I've got verbal. He's got movement. So yeah. But out of 10, he's a solid 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
He's a lovely guy. Like he was sitting there chatting to me like for 20 minutes prior to us even filming, or 10 minutes prior, and he's just a polite guy, bro. He's just like me and you. Still shits, eats, sleeps, and fucks. Come on, man.
Well, we're all humans at the end of the day, aren't we?
Fucking A, bro. Humans trying to live life.
Yeah, absolutely. Everyone's just doing their best to get through life.
Yeah, pretty much.
And when did you get your ink done? You've got a sleeve, a full Māori sleeve on your left arm?
Yeah, I got it done in 2021.
Right.
Yeah.
Are you quite connected with your roots?
Now I am. I'm getting back to it, yeah. I want to.
What do you mean now? You weren't?
So disconnected from my Māori heritage. I feel embarrassed to even admit that. But I'm getting back into it now, bro, and I'm slowly starting to learn to do Māori, so yeah.
Oh, good
I'm
on
excited,
you.
bro. I'm really excited to see where it goes in the future.
Good on you. And so we're filming this the day after Father's Day, and you put a post up yesterday about your dad. Did you want to talk about that? You don't want to talk about that?
Not really, bro.
No.
Not trying to be an egg, but I will
No,
say
no,
this.
no. Not
I
at all.
will say this. Losing my father was the hardest thing I ever did in my life. The one thing that will better you, it doesn't get any better. It's hard for you, but what does get better is you learn how to deal with it. But you'll never get over it.
When did you lose him?
4 years ago.
Right.
Yeah. But it just doesn't get any better. You just learn of ways to deal with it.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Because there is that saying that time heals the wounds, but I don't know if it does.
I don't believe in that at all.
I think
it's a complete lie.
I think the hurt remains the same, but you just grow the capacity as a person to deal with it better.
Yeah, I think that is the way to go about it. But yeah, I've always found the ways to deal with it. Stayed busy, and I've cried about it and done my own thing. But which everyone needs to have a cry every now and then. But yeah, it just never gets easier. Being honest.
Are you quite an emotional person or not much of a crier?
Yeah, sometimes I am. Yeah, it depends what's going on.
Yeah.
Although I'm so desensitized to death now because I've seen like hundreds of dead bodies from whānau and coming over the pa, over the marae. You just, death's death, and you just learn to deal with it and deal with it in a different way. I guess that's a Pākehā whakaro, a bit of a Pākehā yarn. It's like, my missus deals with death way different to me. So like, for example...
More pragmatic because she's a nurse, or what do you mean?
Well, no, actually it's a good way to look at it. She's probably very desensitized now as well. But like, when certain family members pass away, like for me, like, I didn't even cry about my dad on the day. I was just like, okay, what do we need to do now? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I saw the clip you shared on social media yesterday.
What
Your mum's like on the day of the funeral, you were taking business calls.
I was literally on my phone.
Like, was that a coping mechanism? Like in hindsight?
Yeah, and no one knew. No one needed to know. It was just, yes, we'll say that. Bit of a coping mechanism. Just continue with my day. Nothing's going to change. The world's not going to stop for me. Just like it's not going to stop for you or you. Like if you have a family member that dies, the world don't give a fuck, bro.
No.
You need to get over that and better yourself and continue with your life. You can't just sit there and dwell on stupid shit. That's the honest truth. I mean, you can dwell. You can be sad. But, man, you got to get up and get moving again and pay those bills and go see whānau and go out for that dinner that you were supposed to do on Tuesday and so on and so forth. That's just how I look at it. But my sisters, they're very much different to me. You got to remember, for example, we all deal with death differently. I just got up and kept moving, Didn't stop. I do stop and had a cry and did what I need to do. You always got to do that. But on the day, I was like, fuck, who do I call first? Do you want to call Nana? That's what it was like. Yeah. And then I had phone calls coming in about work, and I'm just like, I don't know if I should be doing this. I'll do that. I'll be keen to take that job. Can you just give me like 6 weeks, bro? I know that's a long time. Yeah, just 6 weeks of, I'm going to need a bit of time off Mahi. I won't be coming in or doing anything. Do you mind? Just that shot. Thank you so much. I'll email you on Wednesday. Move on. Next one. Hey, how are you? Yeah. Like, no one's going to stop for you, bro.
It's funny, like the sun's going to rise every day, whether you're rising or not.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And so you and Liv, when are you getting married?
I'm going to keep that one to us. I'll tell you off podcast.
Oh, really? Have you got a date yet? Or?
Yes, we do kind of have one. We've been chatting, but I don't want to say it. I don't want to say it on here or anyone's podcast. I want to keep that for mine. And, actually, I'll tell you off podcast because no one else is going to know about that. But I do have something kind of set in stone. Just want to pay a few bills before we move on.
Amazing. And you, I can't remember if I saw this online or heard it on a podcast or read it somewhere. Yeah. But you were reluctant to you wanted to adopt. You were reluctant to have your own kids because you're scared you'd. Is Tourette's a hereditary thing?
Well, we don't really know. Olivia's done heaps of research. She sits there for hours on end reading shit about it because that's our life. That's what we have to deal with. So she does a lot of research, and she said to me, she says it isn't, but I've seen other write-ups that it is. So you just don't know. You know. So
is that a genuine fear that you've got that you'd
it was
someone into the world with Tourette's?
It was back then, not so much anymore.
Yeah.
I love making babies.
Practice makes perfect.
No, practice doesn't make perfect, mate. Trust me, I'll do it. I fucking love it. But it was never back in the day. I never really wanted to have any fucking kids, bro. I couldn't stand the thought of having someone else bear what I've been through. Was kind of hard. But And the good thing that my missus said, my fiance said, she was like, well, if you dealt with it, you now know how to deal with it. And so does your mother. So wouldn't that make it two people? It's way better. And now I'm dealing with it. We all can all deal with it together. So, yeah.
That's such a great attitude. God, you've got a good team around you, don't you?
Fuck, you have to, bro. Otherwise, I probably would have done stupid shit back in my past. So I'm just glad I am the person I am today. Just being very honest.
Does Liv ever... she seems so accepting and so tolerant, but everyone has days where they're just not in the mood. Does she have those days where it's like, Leighton, I'm not in the mood for this today?
Yeah. Oh, we both have those days, and then we just stay home and do our own thing and chill, and we'll stay away from the public eye, because you got to remember that my job's a job 24/7. If people come up to you, say I've had a fucking shit day, say we've had a really shit day, and we have to walk around in a supermarket, and there's 500 people in that supermarket, and they all recognise us. It's hard out. We'll take turns, for example. Like, she'll go, do you want to go in or just should I? I'm like, you go in, I'll park the car and I'll stay away, because it's worse if I go in, because we're going to be in there for 20 minutes plus just talking to people. It gets like that. So we have to plan around certain, we'll go in non-busy times when school's on.
Right.
Or we'll go to, for example, I've just started trying to do this, but I want to do it, here's something I got in plan, and go to the movies not on a weekend, go to the movies on a Tuesday at midday. No one's there. So we go to the movies when there's no one there, and then we're okay to enjoy the movie without being bombarded by everyone. So you've got to work around it.
It's fascinating insight, isn't it?
Oh, well, yeah, I've never really told anyone that.
I suppose this is what proper celebrities do.
Yeah, but they'll have a whole team of security. Yeah. Whenever I go out to town here in Auckland, I usually take one security guard with me. That might sound it might sound like a really weird thing, but when you've got 1,000 people coming up to you in a nightclub, and you don't know what their intentions are, if they want to be nice or anything, it gets overwhelming, bro. And I've been barred up in a corner, bro, with a knife. So it was on the street, but yeah, that doesn't need to be spoken about. But those things have happened, and the people that I use look after Izzy and everyone else as well, and they tour with rap artists all around the world, and they know what they're doing. So
they're just good at sensing danger or spotting danger
and doing what they need to do if push comes to shove. They'll fucking do it. They'll protect if they need be, and I like that. They are really good friends of mine, so yeah. That's a buzzy outlook on my life. That's what it's been like for the last year and a half, 2 years. Only in town. If in a festival. I'm going to a festival in a couple of weeks, and I've thought about not taking one with me, but I know that's going to be a big mistake when I walk into 30,000 people and everyone recognises you. It's a fucking overwhelming thing. Do
you avoid doing some things because of your fame, or do you just sort of like pick and choose?
Yeah, we don't go to the movies. We very rarely go to the malls. We'll only go to dinner spots that we know can put us away in a corner, and I know I'm not going to be bugged. We only go to places that we trust. Life changed drastically, bro. At this time 5 years ago, I could have walked around in public, just been ticking, and no one would have known. But now, but I wouldn't change it for the world. Like, people always ask me, they're like, what would you do if you got rid of your tics? I'm like, would you get rid of your tics if you could? And I'm like, yeah, it's just who I am, and I'm quite a happy dude right now. I'm not mad or upset. So when I was young, I learned to deal with it quite, 22, I was the age that I accepted myself. So, yeah. I don't know. I probably would just continue being me, ticking, throwing myself around, having fun, and making people smile. That's what I like to do.
I feel like that's a good place to end it.
Fuck yeah, bro. I need a piss. I've almost drunk this whole fucking drink.
Your piss is going to be pink.
Yeah, pink hairs, mate. Or yellow, either or.
I've really enjoyed it. Like, I've met you heaps over the years.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Before we end?
For sure.
If you could go back in time and change one thing you did in your life, what would it be?
I would say worked harder on my marriage.
Hey, good on you for admitting that with JJ.
Yeah, 100%.
She's a cool chick. I saw her today. She was like, good luck with Dom on the way out.
Yeah, it's quite funny because I feel like the person I am now, or the person I'm becoming, is probably the person that she needed me to be.
Yep.
And I just wasn't. I was fixated on work, and I took it as a bit. Do you and Liv fight much? Do you argue much?
No. Very rarely. We'll disagree, but we don't fight.
Yeah, me and JJ never really did, and we sort of took it as a badge of honour. And I look back now and I go, there probably wasn't enough communication, or I didn't work hard enough on the relationship.
Oh, I work hard. I'll try. Yep. She'll cook and I'll run around and clean up after her, for example. If she asks me to do something, I'll do it. She won't make me do it right then, but she'll go, oh, today could you please do the washing? I'll be like, oh yeah, sweet. Little things like that. I'll communicate how I feel. But hey, good on you. That takes a man to be able to admit that, Dom.
Oh, bro. Well, I mean, we've got a great relationship now. I'd literally take a bullet for her. Like
she'd call Sheila, bro. Yep. Like I said,
she's great.
Yeah, I saw her walking in. She's like, "Hi, Tics." I'm like, "Oh, cheer, girl. Fuck, what are you up to?" I was just going in for work, driving showing her. She's going in there with the bro, and I was like, "Oh, fuck." She's like, "Oh, you're going to see Dom?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm just going down to see Dom." She's like, "Oh, good luck, have fun." I'm like, "Oh, thank you." Yeah, and then I had to run back inside to talk to my producers up at MediaWorks, and they were like, she's like, "What are you still doing here?" I'm like, "Oh, fuck, you're so loud, cunt. You're fucking louder than me." She's like, "Bye." I'm like, "Love you, girl." She's a good girl. I like that girl.
Yeah.
And she's been through some of the ringers as well. But
she has.
She's a good girl.
We've got a fabulous relationship now. Like we do. I'll drop anything for her.
Good on you, man.
But you do live with some regrets, you know?
Yep, everyone does.
There are things that you do differently. But I think you can't have too many regrets and you can't look back on them, but you need to take them as learnings.
Yep. Do you know what I'd change? I'm going to tell you what I'd change. I'd probably spend more time with my dad. Yeah, he was a hearty man growing up.
Did you have a good relationship?
Yeah, towards the end of his life. Yep, we did. Towards the end of his life, yeah, he did. We had a really good relationship. I'd go up there and watch the boxing with him every now and then, pull on my phone and take it up there and would watch it. Just little things like that made us appreciate things more. But I'd probably spend more time with him. And like, for example, go camping and learn things from him as well. Yeah. If I could go back and change anything, that's what I'd change.
Well, both my parents are still alive. My mum lives just around the corner. My dad lives in Wellington. I'm quite close with my mum, not particularly close with my dad.
Yeah.
But I know what you're saying. I know now from the perspective of them still being alive that I'm going to have regrets when they're gone. Yeah. That I wasn't more tolerant. I wasn't more patient. I didn't do more with them. And
that's an age thing as well, Dom. Just remember that. Everyone at a young age is like, fuck you, fuck this. And then they grow up and they're like, fuck, I should have done this more. I'm such a dickhead. But hey, it's a learning curve in life and there's no judgment. Yeah. And there's no right or wrong way to do it. It's just do it.
Yeah.
Okay, well, in there, that was really fun.
Yeah, there was Uncle Tex, Layden Clark, thank you so much for being the very first guest.
Oh, yay. Woo!
On the brand new, reinvented Dom Harvey podcast.
I'm glad you did that because not everyone's runners, so... And I haven't run in fucking 5 years. I'm a fat cunt. But bro, I used to be a runner. No shit. I used to be a runner. I used to fucking love running. See, we could keep talking, but I used to be a runner. Okay.
Don't care. It's not a running podcast anymore.
It's not a running podcast. I used to run. I used to love cross country. Bro, I'd come like 10th. I used to fucking smash up. Could never beat my cousins because they were always way faster than me. And most of them are tall and real lanky cunts. But fuck, man. Fuck, I used to love running. I was quick. Could do 100 meters in fucking 12.6 seconds.
Wow.
Yep, I was fast.
Oh, so you were like a short distance guy. You were like a sprinter or?
Football. I did
cross country's quite long, eh? Like 5K or something.
I think it's like 3.8 or 4 kilometers was what they used to do at the college.
Why don't you get back into it? Honestly, it's like for your mental well-being.
My knees, my ankles are sore now. The old age starts catching up with you fast. Trust me, if you're not on top of it, like my arm joints are really sore.
Yeah.
I've started eating. I've started eating a lot more healthier now. I'm going to start doing shit a bit differently, but I want to get back into my football. I do. Yeah. So when we next see you, you can ask me how's that going.
Amazing. Yeah. I'd love to. I'd love to have you back on.
Yeah, fuck yeah. I'll come back on in 6 months.
Thanks for being so open. Love everything you're doing, and long may the success continue.
Thank you, buddy. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much for watching or listening all the way through to the new, improved, hopefully rebranded podcast. No longer runners only with Dom Harvey. Now just the Dom Harvey podcast. Same. Still got bare feet on. Old white t-shirt. Great guests. Just a little bit less run chat.